So do you see all these attacks as a clear example that the president's policies are working, that they're feeling the heat?
They are, and if you go back to the potential dialogue with the Taliban, they exhibited some of the same behavior, which is really creating attacks right prior to having dialogues in a way to increase the leverage they had over the president. Of course, the president's not going to take it. He's going to continue to up the pressure on them. I think what you'll see going forward is also pressure on the Chinese, quite frankly, Chinese banks, Chinese companies for supporting Iran in their behavior.
When do you think they'll cry uncle?
Well, it's really hard for a totalitarian regime to get them to cry uncle, because what they can do is take the squeeze that you're putting on their country and put the squeeze on their population, which is what they're really good at. So these problems last for decades. You look at Cuba, you look at North Korea. We don't have a timeline on this that is in days or months. It could be in years, it could be in decades. The problem is, Chinese ability to offer money to the Iranians to then allow them to go into the Middle East and create this kind of problem. So as long as they're able to get money from China to actually create these kinds of catastrophes in the Middle East, we're going to have a continued problem. So it's really about isolating their ability to have access to Western capital, isolating their ability to have access to arms. That's going to really result in decreasing the amount of chaos that's going on in the region. We're going to have to continue to put pressure on Iran, put pressure on China, put pressure on Russia to stop funding and allowing technology to flow through that cause these kinds of challenges. But it's not going away anytime soon, and we're going to have to get better at understanding how drones are used, not just in the Middle East. They were used in London to actually shut down an airport there. They could be used here in the United States. Right now, China dominates the market for drones. And, missile technology control regime was, deployed in an era when we wouldn't allow the Soviet Union even to import American toys so they get to get the chips for their weapon system. Right now, China has access to everything. So the way that you prevent a proliferation of technology that you don't want is to dominate that market. So if the United States were to, say, dominate the drone market, then they could ensure technology that prevented those drones from being used in ways that were counter to our principles. There could be a kill switch, for example. But right now, we're playing with our policies with really Cold War policies in a globalized, internet-powered world.